Hi again. In this video, let's quickly take a look ahead at what we'll be covering and also, just as importantly, what we'll not be covering. I'm going to be basing all the layouts that we build in this course on this set of design templates created by my very good friend, the super talented John Frascos. John has generously agreed to me using these designs. Thank you, John. I'm going to be picking and choosing various design and style elements from these templates throughout the course to help me best teach you the concepts. And I will be gradually introducing a little client case study as we go along, even if we won't be building an entire website for them in this version of the course. Okay, here's what's coming up. We're going to start off with the install and setup. That is installing Bricks, updating a few settings, and getting you acquainted with the basics of the Bricks user interface. This will all be super quick, so we can get on with the good stuff. So from there, we'll set up our global brand styles in the theme styles panel. We'll be setting up all our default typography, our color palette, our default section and container styles, and more. This will give us a tremendous head start when we build the site, making the site much easier to build and style and update. From there, you'll learn how to create a variety of typical layouts with Bricks, and also how to make them all fully responsive. We'll be using both Flexbox and CSS Grid. With what you learn in this module, you'll be able to figure out how to make any layout that you like in future, even if we're not covering it directly in this course. And with the ability to create layouts under your belt, we'll then move on to Module 4, creating headers and footers, including designing a mobile menu. And you'll also learn here the power of Bricks template conditions, which allow you to display templates anywhere you like, depending on any kind of conditions that you can think of. Perfect for headers, but also amazingly useful for all kinds of other things. From there, we'll move on to Module 5, where you'll learn to build some typical dynamic WordPress templates, like single post template, archive templates for a blog, category archives, category menus, as well as how to display those posts anywhere across the site. Here, we'll also use element conditions to show or hide call to action blocks at the end of your blog posts, depending on what category the blog post is in. This is super powerful stuff. Now, by now, you'll be pretty proficient in using Bricks to develop all kinds of layouts, designs, and dynamic content. Now, it's time to introduce classes. You might already know that the ability to use CSS classes in Bricks is the thing that allows you true control over all your global styles, making the build time faster and future maintenance easier. We won't actually have used classes at all up to this point because it's important that you have a good grasp of the fundamentals of using Bricks first. But now in the final 2 modules, I'll introduce classes into your workflow, giving you total control over all your site's unique typography, color, and layout styling needs. There'll also be a little lesson at the end covering what you need to know about going live with a Bricks site. So that's what we'll be covering. Before we get stuck in, here's what we'll not be covering. What I won't be covering directly in this main part of the course are CSS frameworks like ACSS, Octoprops, etc. If you have no idea what a CSS framework is, please don't worry about it. Especially if you've never used a builder like Bricks before, I highly recommend you get really comfortable with using Bricks' built-in functionality first, before even thinking of adding any more complexity from anywhere else. In fact, Bricks itself has everything you need. And in this course, we're going to be gradually creating our own simple CSS framework anyway. So you really don't need to use anything else with Bricks. But having said that, with the solid Bricks foundations that you learn in this course, you will then be able to check out some of the CSS frameworks out there and actually be able to understand what they do and decide for yourself if they'll bring extra value to your development workflow. Yes, adding a CSS framework like ACSS to your Bricks toolset can really super speed your development process and make you even more efficient. It's true. I actually love ACSS and I'm going to be making some more training on it soon. But again, you can only really take advantage of something like ACSS if you know how to use Bricks first and how to use classes in Bricks especially. And finally, let me just drop a warning here that even as I'm making this course, stuff in Bricks will change. Guaranteed. It's just the nature of teaching and working with software like this. Stuff will change. The UI will change. New features will be introduced. I'm going to do my best to note underneath the videos if anything particular has changed since I recorded the lesson that you need to know about. And I will record additional lessons to teach you important new features in future. But as I've already said, this course is not going to even try to teach or keep up with every single feature existing or new. I'm instead teaching you a core workflow that will give you the knowledge to then easily be able to figure out for yourself these new features in future. All good? Okay, it's time to hit the continue button below again and move on to the next module where we'll install Bricks and get everything set up. I'll see you soon.